For years, basketball fans have seen what happens when elite players clash with coaching decisions they believe are holding them back. Similar situations have surrounded stars like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan, and now many believe a similar issue is developing between Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever coaching staff. New sideline footage from the 2026 WNBA season has sparked major debate, with some fans claiming it captured Clark's growing frustration. The discussion comes after Indiana's 89-78 win over the Seattle Storm, a game in which Clark led the way with 21 points and 10 assists while controlling the pace of the offense. During stretches where she appeared to take charge of the team's attack, the Fever played at a high level and built a strong advantage. However, reports and rumors surrounding the organization suggest there may be tension over how the team should play, with claims that the coaching staff prefers a more structured system while Clark thrives in a faster, more aggressive style. As speculation continues to grow, many fans are now questioning whether the differences between the team's star player and its coaching approach are becoming a bigger issue behind the scenes.
With her coaches, she looks like she's done with their BS and attempt to micromanage everything she does. This coaching staff is not fit to coach a modern style player. Let's watch this. So this is the video. Caitlin Clark is going off, bro.
The footage appears to show Caitlin Clark in a passionate and emotional exchange with members of the Indiana Fever coaching staff. She looks frustrated, animated, and determined to make her point, using strong body language while explaining and defending her decisions on the court. Rather than backing away from the discussion, she continues to stand her ground and argue for her approach to the game. Critics may view the moment as a sign of conflict or disrespect, but many fans see it differently. They believe it reflects a highly competitive player fighting for what she feels gives the team the best chance to succeed. Clark has built a reputation for her elite court vision, quick decision-making, and ability to read defenses at an exceptional level. Because of that, supporters argue that it is natural for her to push back when she disagrees with certain instructions or offensive strategies. To them, this was not a player creating drama, but a star competitor showing confidence in her basketball instincts and refusing to stay silent when she believes she has the right answer.
And she kept talking to her, and she's still snapping on her, bro. Snapping on him, bro. Keep that energy. Demon. Please delete this. It's going to turn against CC. You new to this? I don't think this should be deleted, bro. I don't. Because we know.
Many fans believe the tension between Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever coaching staff has been building for a long time. They point to several controversial moments, including decisions that took Clark out of games while she was performing well, post-game comments that they felt did not fully recognize her impact, and late-game strategies that sparked debate among supporters. As a result, frustration has continued to grow among sections of the fan base, with many arguing that the team's biggest star is not being put in the best position to succeed. The reaction online has been intense, with fans passionately defending Clark and questioning the direction of the franchise. Some supporters believe the coaching staff is too focused on enforcing its own system rather than adapting to the strengths of a player with Clark's unique skill set. Meanwhile, critics of the coaching staff argue that the situation has become increasingly difficult to ignore as discussions about team leadership, player usage, and overall strategy continue to dominate conversations. Following the game, attention quickly shifted to the post-game press conference, where many fans were eager to hear how the organization would address the growing concerns and the visible tension that has become one of the biggest storylines surrounding the team.
The game that we've seen from Caitlin probably in the 10 months in her return, only needed a couple threes, only 5 shots, led in every one of those categories. What to you seems like the most back or the furthest along maybe in her time back?
I think her burst. I think her burst. I think you can see it not just in taking off with the ball in her hands, but you can see it in the lift in her shot. You can see she looks strong. She looks like loaded in her actions. I think you can tell it by the way she's getting to the free throw line too. So I just think her movement patterns and her burst are back.
After the game, Stephanie White was asked about Caitlin Clark's strong performance and offered praise for her energy, shooting rhythm, strength, and movement on the court. However, many fans believe those comments did little to calm the growing debate surrounding the team. Critics argue that while Clark's physical abilities were acknowledged, there was less focus on the decision-making, court vision, and leadership that helped drive the offense during the game. This has fueled ongoing discussions among supporters who feel Clark's impact goes beyond statistics and athleticism. To them, the larger issue is whether the team is fully embracing the style of play that allows its star player to be at her best. As tensions continue to be debated by fans and media, some believe the disagreement is no longer just about basketball strategy, but about control, direction, and the future identity of the franchise. With emotions running high and public scrutiny increasing, many are now looking to team leadership and ownership for answers as questions continue to surround the relationship between the coaching staff and the player viewed by many as the organization's most important asset.
Having 5 people on a string.
What'd you like about seeing that starting group, and kind of to that end, you've changed your rotation up every single game to some extent. What do you feel like you're still trying to learn with this group this year?
Well, we're 4 games in with a lot of new pieces, so we're trying to figure out what the best combination of players is for the best net outcome. We know we got people that can score, we got some players that can defend, but we've got to have consistency throughout the course of the game. So we're trying to figure that out.
Questions about the Indiana Fever's coaching decisions continue to grow as fans debate lineup changes, rotations, and the overall direction of the team. Some supporters remain unconvinced by explanations that the coaching staff is still evaluating combinations early in the season, arguing that a clearer identity should already be taking shape. The reported sideline confrontation involving Caitlin Clark has only added fuel to the discussion, with many viewing it as a sign of deeper frustration behind the scenes. To these fans, the moment reflects a star player who wants to compete at the highest level and have a greater influence on how the team operates. Others believe it simply shows the normal tensions that can arise within a competitive organization. Regardless of where people stand, the situation has become one of the most talked about stories in the WNBA, raising questions about leadership, team chemistry, and the future path of the franchise. As debate continues across social media and among fans, attention is now focused on whether the organization can bring everyone together, or if the growing disagreement will become an even bigger issue as the season moves forward.